Hello, Mr. Spencer. Black tea. Not too much. Hello, everybody. Mr. Good Enough for a Poke. Shalom. Shalom. I'm having a little tea party on the side here. I mean, oh yeah, my cup. A little tea party. I guess it shows a little of the tea. Pour towards this way so you can see what I'm doing. Hi, Mystic Pony Puke, Mr. King Nebula, Mystic Limit. Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? I need to change into some shorts. And then we'll get it rolling, 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 get rolling, 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 get. How's everyone doing today? So Mystic says, Tanet, is this your room made for meditation and stream? No, I sleep here and I stream here. Right now I'm in the process of recognizing my duty. Yes, that I sleep here. is a small room, but I managed to this room simply. Let me turn the lighting on. Oops, sorry. What I learned. What I learned is that you don't need that much to change the world. All you need is a lot of. You just need a big heart. You don't need very much to help people. You just need to love your damn self. Welcome to Cosmic Unwind, everybody. I am your brother, Mystic Tenet. Still about that life. I'm in the process of returning to my soul, like the deepest part of my soul. I'm in a process of, I would say, reconnecting with my holy self. Not that we're never unholy, but I'm in the process of reconnecting to my divine power self. Seeing the sacredness in all things, but doing it in a fun way. And that's happening soon. That's in the process of happening. This is the time in the year where everyone is growing. Every one of us is growing. And for some of us, this whole year, they did not change at all. And that's what you call not loving your damn self. Imagine you went through a whole year where you felt like you had no progress. Dang. I don't even know, like, if you hear, and you hear all the message we talk about here, you're gonna do some work, right? You're gonna be inspired to do some work. Or not. Because we talk about some deep stuff in here. And if you ain't getting no wisdom from listening to all this deep stuff in here, I don't know what you up to. Miss Spencer says got to go. Sorry for being here for even 10 minutes. I might be back later. Thank you for coming by, Mystic Spencer Martin. I need to clear my energy and be with myself first before I serve. I gotta serve myself first. And right now, I need some sage. I need some meditation. I need to be with my soul. I need a little bit more music. Oh yeah, sexy music. There we go. Incense make my soul happy. Meditation makes my soul happy. A little Palo Santo. Sweet grass, white sage, Palo Santo. Gotta go for it. And of course, starting, I realize now it's November 9th. I will not be streaming for 5 weeks. So if I'm not here, I'm a monk. Let me do a little bit of meditation. And people have been wanting to collaborate with me more as a singing bowl artist. Why? Because honestly, I do a good job. I do a lot of healing. Right? People are email. I got an email today that somebody wants to. They want me to be part of their healing event, which is like a hour and a half event, and they just want me to be a part of that healing event because they heard about the work that I have done. And that humbles me. When you do what you love and you do it without charge, the universe, like, when you're trying to do something amazing, when you're looking to do something that you freaking love, it's gonna take patience to master what you love. It's gonna take patience to make money doing something that you love. Thank you, Mystic Morphman. I appreciate that. It's scary at first to go for what you love because all you think about, how the heck am I gonna make money? How the heck am I gonna make money if I do this thing that I love? Because the thing that you love, oftentimes, it seems like, how the heck am I gonna do that? Let's say you wanted to make, let's just say LED art. Like you want to make art with lighting, right? With lights. Today I'm actually drinking some black tea from Vietnam. I forgot what it's called, herbaceous, but it's a black tea from Vietnam. Really good energy, but maybe a lot of energy. And I just want to say that if you're looking to be any kind of artist or musician, I want to let you know that it's possible to be successful at it if you're willing to give up everything for it. Most people aren't willing to give up everything to do what they love. And that's why they have a bunch of things that they do that they just simply like and not love. Because the level of the energy of like compared to the energy of love is a huge difference. One is like, one feels good and the other one feels fulfilling. They both feel good, but one feels like you're complete. You're in alignment, you're progressing. And that love oftentimes is beyond money, it's a feeling that's undescribable by words, but we use the word love. But right now, let me center myself. And welcome to Cosmic Unwind today. meditate deep enough, you will feel your heartbeat. You can feel your veins pulsing in your face when you meditate deep enough. And when you meditate deep enough, you can actually feel your third eye pulsing. And when you meditate deep enough, you feel emptiness. Everything's on autopilot. You let go of all the techniques you've been taught. You let go of everything that you desire, and you just be empty. But when you empty yourself, now you can feel yourself with visions, making an impact on people's lives, and see tears of joy. Being able to smile at somebody and helping them brighten their day. Being able to go into hospice or some place where somebody's in need of your love, and you can help them feel peace. I want to share with you a story recently that I've been going to a hospice and clearing energy for a certain individual. And she is in terminal experience. That's what the doctors say, but I believe in miracles. And what's happened is that she's in bliss, and she actually said this. She feels happy enough to return. Like, she can just go enjoy. She's one with herself, that she can transition in love. I mean, I love this stuff. But to help somebody to help somebody feel peace with their death, I mean, I can do that with myself, but then helping others who may be really sick do this, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to help people who need this come into peace with impermanence. And that we're always surrounded by love. And that's where the depth of Mystic Tenet comes from. And this is why Cosmic Unwind is here for you. I'm here to give you the best that I can, because I want to make a difference in people's lives. Thank you, Mystic Bomber King. And I'm willing to do things that you guys enjoy, like the card readings, to teach something. Welcome home, everybody. Mystic. I think we're ready to read some energy in the air today. What do you think? What energy is in the air today? How about this? What energy have you been feeling throughout the day today? What lesson is in the air today? You guys tell me what's in the air. Random reading. I'm willing to do that if other people are interested. But right now, tell me how your day has been. What have you been feeling throughout the day? What lesson is in the air? And how have you been feeling again throughout the day? Mystic Pony Puke says, it has been a rough day today. Welcome home, Mystic Valors. Nice to see you. We're checking in on you today. What have you been experiencing? What feelings are you feeling today? Right. Mystic Limit 77 says, it's been a rough day today also, he says, but in the rough we find diamonds. Beautiful. Mystic Bomber King says, yo. Mystic Morph Man 30 says, I'd say exhaustion with slight anxiety and managed to go out, but not for long. Mystic Valor says, yesterday was a rough and very emotional and many angry people. Yes, I want to let you know what energy I have been. Okay, Mystic Nebula, King Nebula says, Mystic Bomber King says, oof. Mystic King Nebula says, I felt a little bit of dark energy when I woke up, but then I started feeling good energy. Mystic BINF says, even with the setbacks, I was optimistic to find solution to the problems at hand. Positive day today. Mystic Isabella says, I am knitting. Yay. Mystic Pony Puke says, the mother of my boyfriend's kid tried to start a fight with me at the eldest kid's soccer game. She's dimmed me with the nasty negativity. I'll let you know what energy is in the air today or recently. What's the common lesson at this time with her nasty? Patience is the current lesson. Think about it. Patience is a really strong lesson in the air today. If you don't have patience at this time, your mind will be quite stressed out. And oftentimes that's the main lesson for most people. Thank you, Mystic Johnny, for 2 months. I appreciate that. 2 months in a row. Mystic Bomber King is the hype man today. Yes, I've been noticing a lot of patient energy. A lot of and patience, you know, like genuine patience is simply called committed patience. Committed patience. People have patience, but they're not committed to it. So when crap happens, when the crap hits the fan, they freak out. Because they're not committed to patience and not committed to love. Let me do some reading warm up. Let's do a reading on the lesson of patience today. So let's clear some energy first. And I'll turn on my mic light real quick here. Mani Bame, Mani Bame, Mani Bame, Mani Bame, Mani Bame, Mani Bame, Mani Let's see what's in store for the lesson of patience today. Let's see what our story of patience is like today. What's up with that today? Let's see what situations some of us are experiencing. Let's see if we can scan some situations. And when I say scan, I want to pick up my goal during this reading is to pick up what situations you are learning. If you're learning this current situation, but today's theme is patience. Patience. So let me go ahead and wake my energy up, my third eye up. Let's see what the energy, let's see what stories we have in the air today. It says here, the story in the air today is that there's a lot of holding on to things that don't serve us. That many people, we're holding on to things that don't serve us, mindsets that don't serve us, because we don't want to change, because change takes effort. Change takes time. And most people, their ego said, no, I don't have time to change. That's gonna take effort. Let me just not do anything. Right? We hold on to things that don't work because we don't want to change. Why don't we want to change? Because we don't want to do the work. Because our ego is like, but I'm comfortable with not changing, even though it's making me miserable. Let me just stay the same, because changing would mean I have to do the research. Would mean I have to look for some new friends, a new job, a new interview, a new girl, a new guy, new. I don't want to do all that. Let me just go ahead and stay the same. Because when you have patience and you're committed, you can make the change. But if you're not committed and you don't have patience, change is going to be really annoying for you because you're lazy. Let me just go ahead and say it. Lazy. Give me a little bit more detailed of a specific situation today about what our brothers and sisters are learning about. It says here, many people here, people want money, and it's nothing wrong with that. But we also don't learn how to save money. Right? We spend money on things we truly don't need because we don't know how to save money. That we live from paycheck to paycheck because we don't have patience for the big vision. Right? It's like, imagine if maybe you go to Starbucks 3 times a day. Now, if you just went to Starbucks once a day and saved the 2 other times and buy cheap coffee, you could use that money in 2 years. You could potentially buy something amazing that could change your life. But we're too lazy to save money because we haven't learned how to save money. Because we don't have patience for a big dream. Right? Now imagine you wanna buy a house. You wanna retire with quality. You wanna go to a nice college. You want a nice car. But you have to save money for it. But when wanting nice things require effort, but because we don't have patience to save the money, we'll settle for mediocrity. We'll settle for a mediocre job, mediocre relationships. Oh, that right there. Mediocre relationships. What's up with that, universe? Tell us about that. It says here, many people simply don't have patience for themselves and don't love themselves, yet they want to have relationships with others. If you don't even have patience for yourself, why the heck would you have patience for other people? Now, if you don't have patience for yourself, you're going to attract a low quality person. For real. Because high quality people, they take the time to build a relationship. They don't jump into it. They're here for the marathon, not for the sprint. Is this for real? They're not here for the sprint, they're here for the marathon. But why many people here for a sprint? Because they don't love themselves and they just want sex. They want to go and have cute dates. Alright? They just want to have cute dates. And they want to do the stuff that people do in movies. Right? They want to do the cute stuff, but they're not willing to love their damn self. Right? Mystic Blue says, what if you don't want anyone? Want and have yourself. Don't give me that BS, okay? If you don't have a relationship and you don't have a good relationship with yourself, that you gotta count yourself as that one. What if you don't want anyone? Want someone? Yourself. If you're here to live on a planet alone, it's why you may be unhappy. Show me the lesson of patience today. Many people, they have a small vision. You know why people have small vision? Because small vision is easier to achieve than a big vision. A small vision is easier to accomplish. They're like, yeah, 4-year college, get a job, yeah. Big vision, change the world doing what you love. Big vision, right, becoming the president so that maybe you can change the world. A big vision, right, feeding 1 million homeless people and helping them exit homelessness. Bam. Big vision, because people with big vision, they have a vision beyond money and beyond themselves. People with small vision, it's often about survival, getting what's mine, getting the money, and financial security. The vision that everyone has. Don't stop yourself from doing big miracles. Right. The reason why I can be on here is I have a big vision, and a big vision takes time to cultivate. A big vision requires somebody who is deeply passionate, deeply committed, deeply self-loving. Right. A big vision requires huge confidence, huge networking skills, huge potentials, huge whatever it is. You just need, it's just powerful. People who accomplish their dreams accept their power. People with little dreams accept their little powers that everyone has, and everyone has big dreams too. Everyone has big potential too, but they don't use it. Why? Because it requires you being a powerful giver, and most people, they want to just take instead of give. Let me say that again. Most people, they want to take instead of giving. Because they don't have patience to see what life is truly about. Life is about fulfillment and growth and expansion. Life is about new experiences, meeting new people, connecting, happiness, genuine happiness, forgiveness. Show me a story about patience today. It says here, I see somebody surrounded by toxic friends. I see somebody looking for their tribe. I see somebody who wants genuine friends, but they don't let go of mediocre friendships. There's no bad luck. It's just the mind thinking is bad. Which means there is bad luck if you believe in it. Today, the story I see a boy. I see somebody in college. I see a student, a high school student. I see students in high school and students in college hanging out with people who are toxic, who just want to party all the time, who just want to play video games all the time. I see somebody who just wants friends, and the friends they have are not good friends. That to hang out with these friends, they have to smoke weed. To hang out with these friends, they have to drink alcohol. To hang out with these friends, they have to talk about sex, they have to gossip, and they have to talk about people that they don't care about because they don't know what else to do with their life. And instead of studying, they just talk about people, talk about sex, talk about drugs, do drugs, thinking of partying and getting potentially sex, but they don't love themselves. I see people suffering because they don't know who they are. I see students in college getting sidetracked, getting off track because they're hanging around people who are lazy. I see them hang around with people who are not motivated. They're hanging around people who seems like they're cool, but they don't love themselves. Show me a little bit more here. What do I see today? Thank you, Mystic Annabella. What do I see here? I see a group of boys in college. I see them have a big ego. They think they're better than everyone else. Wherever they go, they're always trying to show off something. Or I see somebody in college, they play video games. They play really good video games. They play really good video games that they don't study, that they don't do homework. I see somebody winning so much in video games that they lose focus of why they're in school at all. Wow, this person is good at video games, but they suck at life. Wow, so good. Show me a little bit more here. I see. I see somebody having a lot of fun. I see somebody having so much fun on the surface level. Oh, I see a bunch of friends hanging out, just hanging out all the time. Let's hang out. But these kids, they don't know what they want to do with their life. They don't know who they are. They just want to have fun. Hey, let's drink alcohol. They just want to have fun. Hey, let's drink alcohol. Oh, let's play beer pong. They just want to have fun. But they have no vision of what they want to do and who they are. And so, the group gets bigger because a lot of kids, a lot of teenagers, a lot of millennials, okay, not millennials, a lot of college students, they don't know who they are or what they want. They don't spend time that they have doing it. What do they spend doing? Drinking, beer pong. And that's a process that sometimes they must go through. But if we have wisdom, we can cut that part out. The beer pong that would change your life. Right. So popular now. Smoking weed, drinking, and hanging out. And so when they graduate with no vision. They graduate simply to get a job. There's no real vision. Their vision is get a job. But somebody, I see, I see something here. I see somebody who's been connected to themselves and their passion. I see somebody who went to college with a vision, went to college with inspiration, and that instead of graduating and looking for a job, the company comes looking for this person. Oh wait, even better. This person starts their own company while in college. Wow. They start their own YouTube channel in college, and by the time they graduate college, they have so many subscribers. Wow, they started a company. And by the time they exit college, they have their own company. Wow. Mystic Johnny says, you actually gave me chills. I'm a college student and have been failing because I've been on pot and unmotivated. I thought it was medicating me, but I think it's hurting me. You know your work now, Mystic Johnny. How is smoking marijuana harming college students. It makes them lazy. It makes them numb their emotion. It makes them not focus, and it's a waste of money because you can meditate. And you're supporting potentially people who don't pay taxes. You're supporting people who may have terrible intentions, because weed may be legal, but the hustlers, they also sell cocaine. The hustlers, they also sell crack. They also sell other illegal drugs. So if you support cannabis, you're potentially supporting other drugs. So you're spreading a lot of negative energy without realizing it. And where it's illegal, there's a lot of dirty money going around. What is dirty money? Illegal money. Right. Mystic Va says, it's like porn, addictive and makes you numb, dumb, and disconnected from reality. Mr. Good Enough for a Poke has been off the weed for about 3 to 4 months now. How does porn make you dumb? Do we want to go there? What do you think, guys? Should we make this transition towards that conversation? How does porn harm you? Mr. Good Enough for Poke says, makes your view of women really nasty. Mystic Johnny says, it's unnatural. And I absolutely agree. I wouldn't say masturbation is a bad thing. But let's talk about pornography. But I'm not gonna do the talking. I'm gonna let the cards and the universe do. Tell us about pornography. What's up with that? It says here, it makes us view women not at the highest light. It makes us view women at a light, in darkness, in disrespect, in disconnect. It makes us lower our respect for women naturally without realizing it. Because it's a programming, it's a movie. It's a programming. You may not believe in what you're watching, but if you watch it enough, you will. You will change your mind about how you see things. Mystic Normie says we reproduce. Yes, we reproduce. But that's not the intention. The intention of it is to create more toxic mindset. Right? It's an unreal view of making love, right? But then again, this talk is for open-minded people. Closed-minded people won't understand this. You know why? Because they're closed-minded. But let's see more about how pornography affects the mind. Because pornography, a lot of it has to do with effing. It's not making love, right? Some of it is, but we're using our mind to look at it, and we're disconnected from ourselves. And now when we're constantly watching the programming, right, we embrace what the stars have, the fantasy of, right? So like girls talk about guys with big things, and guys talk about girls with porn star body parts. Why? Because that's what they watch and they think it's what they desire. Because they know nothing about love. But I think that's enough talk about pornography here. That's a beautiful question. Mystic Pony Puke asks, what if you keep having sexual dreams? What if you do keep having sexual dreams? First of all, sexuality comes from the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra has a lot to do with your creative energy and sexual energy. So if you have a lot of sexual dreams, it means that your sexual energy is ungrounded. Sexuality is about creative energy. If you're not doing anything creative with your life, you're going to be a lot more horny. Let's just be real. If you're not doing something, if you're not constantly having new experiences, and all you do is play video games all day and go to school, and then you repeat, and the only new thing in your life is watching Netflix and sports, that's why you're so ungrounded sexually often. And the main part is that we can get caught up, we don't realize that we don't love ourselves. When we love ourselves, the desire for somebody will be a lot less because you love yourself and you're going to attract people naturally. Right? And ungrounded sexual energy is really common, first of all. First of all, people watch a lot of porn nowadays. There's a lot of sexuality in a lot of movies nowadays, and even video games. Okay? Guys are constantly talking about sex, thinking about sex, and young people now, right? It's just a thing. It's just sex, 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 sex. Why? Because we have been programmed to desire sex at a young age. Why? Because it's in movies, right? It's on TV, it's on Instagram, right? And social media. So we've been programmed to think that it's good for us. And it's popular. Oh, you got some? You got some? Did you hit that? And if you didn't hit that, it makes you feel bad because you didn't get none. And so you feel weird if you don't, right? So the culture that we have surrounding sex, first of all, it's become this addictive thing that men embrace. And as the men get older and don't have wisdom, it perpetuates to addiction of sex and the desire of it. So that's why you have a lot of ungrounded men and women, by the way. But it's both sides. So I'm not saying it's just men, it's women too. But it's a little bit it's a little bit different on the women's side. It's a little bit different. But really it's the same. At the end of the day, it's the same, just slight differences. It just depends on what kind of people you hang around with. Right? Mystic Isabella says, I feel triggered right now. I had so much trouble grounding myself. But Mystic Isabella, your situation's a lot different because of your certain trauma that you have trouble talking about. The source of your triggering, it comes from it may come from a source of you're holding, you don't want to see the roots. When we're triggered, oftentimes we've gone through a lot of pain that hasn't healed yet. Okay. Mystic Voss says, true, it can also be lack of parenting. Seeking casual sex can be a coping mechanism for the lack of a good childhood. And I would have to agree, because we all just want love. And when we don't get genuine love, we look for any kind of love. And then it turns into this seeking of sexual energy. Because oftentimes we think love is this romantic thing, but we have no idea what love is and what making love is and what genuine romance is. And so we just listen to our friends. Did you hit that? And the girl's like, did you get that D? The guy's like, did you hit that? And it's like, if you hit that, then you're cool. If you didn't, you're just like, oh. This is what people really talk about. It's such a low vibration thing that I'm so glad I moved past. I'm so glad I moved past that mindset. Because first of all, it lowers your vibration. It disconnects you from deep respect for each other. And that culture is very close-minded and judgmental. Right? So, Judd, have you ever reached enlightenment? I can simply say I've done a lot of spiritual work and I have a lot of wisdom. That's what I can say. But at the end of it, I understand enlightenment. But to say I have reached enlightenment is something that you don't talk about. Because the moment you talk about enlightenment, you don't understand enlightenment. It's like a quiet goal that the moment you talk about, it's like a quiet secret. It's a quiet secret, that's what it is. And the only people who can detect enlightenment, if their third eye is open. When your third eye is open, you can see and understand better. And that's the least I'll say. Or that would be all I will say about that. Have a good night, Mystic Pony Puke. Mystic Voss says sex and self-sex can be love, quote, love and quote, connection instead of hate, depression, neediness, codependency, pity, and toxicity. It has a potential of being a dependency drug or a natural booster of life. You know, people, let's just say, why do people get addicted to anything? Because they need a stimulant. They need to get high because their life is low. Their life feels low. Why do people need a lot of sex? Because their life is not very stimulating. So that's why they're constantly looking for stimulants. They're looking for stimulating games like first-person shooters and excitement. Right. They often drink energy drinks. Monster. Really addicted to that. So they're looking for a high because their life is not very stimulating, not very exciting, not really passionate. And so when you actually make love or have sex, there comes a point where you reach climax, and that's what they chase. So people who don't love each other, they will get to the climax in 10 minutes because they're just looking for the high. They're not looking to make love. They just want to get there and be with it and be over with because they're addicted. This is a talk that nobody wants to talk about. But I'm talking about it here gently because I want to talk to you about the truth. I want to talk to those of you who actually want to make a change. I want to talk to those of you who actually want to grow. Okay. Okay. And I'm saying all this so that you can be aware why people are addicted to this stuff. I used to be addicted to this stuff. I used to text girl, right? I used to do all of it. But when you start waking up, when you have the awakening, you start to see, when your third eye opens, you see through all the BS. You start to see why people are so addicted to like Tinder and like dating apps. They're just like sex apps. Their potential like of getting, yes, success can happen, but people often are on there because they don't love their damn self. Because if you love yourself, you're gonna be a ball of love and light. And girls are you're gonna be a walking app. They just look at you and they see your love is more powerful than any application. Your love is more powerful than any eHarmony, than OkCupid and any Tinder. Somebody who loves himself is way more attractive than a dating app. But it requires work to do that, and that's why it's easier to just effing swipe. That's why it's easier to just go to clubs, get drunk, and just get somebody, but still fail because you don't love yourself. That's why people, for them to hang out, they gotta do drugs. Guys and girls, they hang out, they smoke weed together. Right? But I'm not saying all people are like this, by the way. So if you're offended, I'm not saying all people are like this. I'm not saying all guys and girls are like this. If it applies to you, then listen. If it doesn't apply to you, this is just some more wokeness activity we're doing up in here. Before you can find your soulmate, you gotta find the soulmate in your own heart first. Before you can find your twin flame. Okay? You gotta be your own twin flame first. Right? Yes, the lights are synchronized with my voice. Mystic Voss says, wow, I totally agree. Passion, success, and positivity is of course effective. People look happier and full of love. Many people, they don't take what I say seriously because they don't think it's like too good to be true. Loving yourself can't be the answer, says the closed-minded people. Says that person whose life is so perfect. That's why they don't listen. If you notice all the unhappy people, they don't listen. And all the happy people, they're humble, they're quiet. And they're constantly like seeking to be better and more loving. And it's sad, but this is the truth. Humble people, there's a good amount of us, but there's a lot of people who aren't humble. So if you're hanging around a lot of people with egos, make your way out. The people that talk crap about people all day, like we're supposed to learn from each other, but if all we see is that person's negativity, we just join them because when we see negativity, it's in us. So learn to see both sides of the situation. Okay? If you need to hang out with somebody through alcohol, divorce that friendship. If the only time you hang out with a friend, if there's weed, divorce that friendship. It's a toxic friendship if you need a stimulant to hang out. If you need to have sex to hang out with a girl, like a friends with benefit, let me just go ahead and tell you it's toxic. And I know some of you have that already right now. Especially the good looking people and the ladies. Because the women, they have more options. Right? Just be real with you. Be careful who you hang around with. Especially online too. Right? Especially online too. That's why I'm really selective of, that's why this stream I'm constantly monitoring people. I read the energy, So Mystic Voss says, sometimes I lose self-love and ambition path. But it's definitely important to have these things. It helps to be hardworking and improve both your life and others, absolutely. Mystic Isabella says, I have learned to hang out with people that are not fully in love with themselves, to learn how I might not be loving myself because people are mirrors. Yes, people are mirrors. And if they're not mirrors, okay, how about this? If you learn that people are mirrors and you hang out with successful people, guess what you're gonna be? Successful. That's why I'm very, very selective about who I hang out with, who I collaborate with. And just because, just because I collaborate with somebody doesn't mean I can't end the collaboration. I have formally ended collaboration with somebody who was toxic before. It was the best thing I ever done. If you have a best friend, that's toxic, it's like, yeah, I love you, I've been friends with you for 15 years, but I noticed that you're not really adding like genuine happiness to my life. When we hang out, all we do is hang out at bar and drink beer. Okay. Is that a joke, Mystic Ender? If you ever read the book called Think and Grow Rich, it shows you the people who you hang out with now will reveal your future. If you hang out with people who gossip, guess what your future is gonna look like? A lot of drama. If you hang around with a lot of drug dealers, guess what you're gonna look like? A drug dealer. If you hang around with people who don't love themselves, what's your future gonna look like? People who don't love themselves. Now, if you want to be a professional gamer and you find a way to hang out with other professional gamers, guess what you're gonna be? A professional gamer. If you hang around with a bunch of people who meditate and you're looking to be a better meditator, guess what? You're going to be an amazing meditator. Right. So let me hit you with this one. If you hang around a lot of people without visions, without dreams, a lot of people who just want to hang out, guess who you're going to be? Another person who likes to hang out and have no vision? If you hang out with people who are mediocre, guess who you'll be? Mediocre. So there must be some judgment. You have to discern. And you judge because you want to understand. So you can truly know. So judgment can be healthy if you see both sides of the situation. If I hang out with this person who smokes weed all the time and is working a job they don't love, guess what I'm gonna do? The exact same effing thing, and maybe worse. Right? If I'm trying to graduate college and I hang out with somebody who smokes a lot of weed, plays a lot of video games, and study very little, guess what? Your grades in college will be really low. So now, if you hang around a bunch of mediocre people and you want to try to help them, be the change. That's how you can help them. Don't help others. Be the change. That's how you're helping people. When you become the change, you will help others naturally. Okay? Be the leader. Be the example. If you try to help, it means you're not. If you try to, I can help people, you know why? Because I can help myself when it comes to happiness, when it comes to love, when it comes to joy. Right? If you hang around a bunch of lazy people, if you hang around a bunch of lazy people and you want to help lazy people, what do? You be motivated. You do the work. I had a lot of lazy friends, but you know what? One day I decided to activate my soul and I divorced them. And now guess what they're doing? They actually have jobs. They're actually moving forward with their life. And some of them, they stay lazy. But know that when you move forward and you live your best life, other people will see you as an inspiration. Right? Yes, I definitely need to cut my salt too. So how do we feel about the talk so far? Are we enjoying the talk? I see Mr. Gump has a question about psychedelics. Let me get some water. Today we're going, today I'm dropping wisdom. Right, dropping that wisdom. Because it's just, I can't, I feel I have to do more than card reading on a daily basis, okay? So I think Monday should be dropping wisdom day. The card readings are cute. This is more like bam. But I do need some water. Which though I got everything here. Tea, water. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got like 8 types of tea right here. I got a hot water boiler. I got cards if I need them. I got some sage if I need them. Let's clear some energy. Alright, looks like we clear a lot of the people who are doing drive-by. Who are doing the drive-by real quick. They're like, hey, what is this stream about? Shoot. What is Get Woke about? A lot of the spirituality is getting really popular because it's just about genuine love. But we're operating surrounded. There's a lot of closed-minded people out there. A lot of closed-minded people. A lot of people think we're talking about religion. We're not even touching religion. We're talking about genuine love here. And a lot of people are attached to their religion so much that they think if they listen to spirituality, it's gonna corrupt their mind. That mindset, it comes from fear. So now let me drink some water. Not touching religion. We're just loving. It's just love. And that's why the card readings, I only do with open-minded people. If I read somebody who's closed-minded, they block it. They block because they don't trust. They don't trust. So we're gonna talk about psychedelics after I get some water. could talk about forgiveness. So make a list. We're gonna talk about psychedelics and forgiveness. Just add it, okay? Add it. Somebody make a bullet. Mystic Boss says, I'm happy Freebie Fox rated, so I found his channel. I'm closed-minded and judgmental. Yet sometimes see other point of views, even if I completely disagree. In this stream, you say many true things, though. I don't really find that I disagree much. Can I just say something here? I wanna say that I have been doing this for 7 years, and I have gotten really freaking good at what I do. So it's not something that I just decide, you know what? I'm gonna just do this. It's a journey, people. It's a journey of I'm a messenger. That's all. All I am is a messenger. And all these things I was really resistant to a bunch of stuff too. I was really skeptical about all of it. Let's just say it. I was skeptical about love, about religion, about God, about reality, about life, about opening our mind, about judgments, about insecurities. I was everything that I used to be. Imagine this. I used to be the opposite of me right now. Like, for real. I used to be the exact opposite. Psychedelics. Which one do you want? Forgiveness talk or psychedelic talk first? So let me see, let me go ahead and put in a talk show. Let me make a change. Category, podcast. Spiritual talk. Spiritual. We spiritual in here. Spiritual. Forgiveness. Okay. Let's talk about forgiveness first then. Because psychedelics is cute stuff. Okay. Psychedelics, let me just say, is cute stuff. But it's cute stuff if you actually meditate. It's not cute stuff if you don't meditate. So talking about forgiveness, gosh. What happens when we don't learn? When the AC is on, the mic acts a little bit weird, okay? The lighting. So, why is forgiveness healthy but most people don't want to do it? Why is forgiveness healthy but most people don't want to do it? Ego. That's right. And the lack of wisdom. The lack of wisdom. Because when you don't forgive, you're holding on to an energy. Imagine this. The lack of forgiveness is holding on to a pain. When you hold on to pain, what happens? It turns into suffering. And suffering is something that you create in your mind. You make it, you hold on to it, it beats you up. Why do people do that? Because nobody taught them that letting go would make them happier, because they weren't taught to follow happiness. They were taught to survive and get money. And when people are taught to survive and get money, when you get hurt, the ego hates it. The ego wants to survive. But the ego doesn't know that letting go would make it more happy, because it requires love to let go of pain. That's why your heart opens every time you forgive. When you forgive someone who doesn't deserve it, your heart opens. Why? Because you held on to big pain that caused this big hole. But now that you let go of that pain, that hole is getting ready to be filled with love. So imagine you hold on to this giant problem called trauma, and you decided, I'm ready to be happy and I'm ready to let go of this giant pain. Bloop. And you get lighter, so your energy rises. So pain that you hold on to that causes suffering is a giant weight that's lowering, that keeps your vibration low. But when you let go, your energy rises naturally, because you're choosing to love. Love is when you can let go of pain. We're not saying whatever happened didn't happen. Like, we're not saying we're ignoring the problem. We're not saying it didn't happen. We're saying it absolutely did happen. It absolutely was painful, but now you actually absolutely want to be happy. And if you keep holding on to this pain and problem that for a long time, you absolutely won't be happy. So because your desire to absolutely be happy is strong enough, like, I just want to be happy and I'm not, because I can't forgive. And we can't forgive, why? Because we're angry. And what does the Buddha say about angry? Anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. We harm ourselves by holding on to it. It's gone, the situation is gone, but you're the one who drank the poison. You're holding on to the poison, thinking that that person is gonna die. Nope, it's you. The other example that the Buddha says, right? Anger is like holding on to a hot coal with the intention of throwing it at that person you can't forgive, but you burn yourself. Let that crap go. If you don't want to be happy, don't forgive. If you want to be happy, work on forgiveness. It may be hard, but it's worth it on the long run, because you're not so heavy, you're more light. You're more joyful. Crying is good for letting go. Crying is a process that works, but it can also be used as an escape mechanism for not doing the work. Because instead of doing the work, you just cry to deal with it. Right? It's a tool. Okay, good. Release the emotion, face it, heal it. But you keep crying over and over and over, you're not healing. So crying works, but you have to see, are you doing the work? Because there's people who say they're working on healing, but again, they do become addicted to crying. And it covers up the real work of, okay, what am I not doing? Because if you're healed, you don't need to cry anymore. But you're crying because you're not healed yet. But now if you keep crying, the healing wants to happen, but you need to take action after the crying. Okay, you release this emotion, but now it's time to take action. So crying can be healthy if there's action that's taken after it. But if you cry as an action and not take real action towards happiness, if you cry and forgive at the same time, versus just crying to cry because you don't know what to do, it's a good start. But if you keep doing it, are you healing? And oftentimes people who do that, they just have really deep trauma. They haven't done the work. They just have really deep trauma, and they have issues forgiving. And oftentimes those people, they're just learning to take action, that's all. You're just learning to take action. Crying is an action, but it doesn't always lead to healing. Let's just say that. Crying is an action that doesn't always lead to healing. Hello, Miss Ecstatic. Because I'm getting sick, so I feel like poop. If you're getting sick, just go to bed and sleep. Today is a wisdom day. We're doing a lot of wisdom. I didn't do any card readings yet. Do we have any more questions about forgiveness? Do we need more practicals? Forgiving requires trust in love, for sure. Because if you don't trust yourself and you don't trust that you want to be happy, right? Okay, let's see. What leads to healing? Your desire to feel genuine love. Not just desire, but taking action to feel genuine love leads to healing. Because when you desire genuine love, you're gonna naturally heal. But now, that desire has to come from the moment now and as a choice. That healing is a choice to choose love now. And forgiveness, when you forgive without love, you're not really forgiving. You're just doing a chore that somebody told you to do. Okay? When you forgive without love, you're just going through the motions, but you're not really doing it with your heart. Mystic Vase says, I find that even though I have strong beliefs, it's not hate or lack of trusting. And of course, there's always the possibility I'm wrong and I'm delusional. Miss Ecstatic says, that's what I'm not doing, but been sleeping already for 6 hours. Just woke up and saw you stream. I'm gonna keep you in the background. Huh? Mystic Good Enough for a Poke says, what are the first steps in order to forgive? You have to look at your pain first. You have to see what hurts. You have to see what you're holding on to. Right? First step, is you have to see your problem, see what pain you're holding on to, see what forgiveness. Right now, if you're just new on the stream, welcome to Cosmic Unwind. We're learning about wisdom right now. We're talking, this today is, Monday is like Wisdom Day. Wisdom Day, okay. We're talking about forgiveness today. Just casual. This is a stream where we know everyone has the answers, so we want to just gently speak. Mr. Good Enough for a Poke says, what are the first steps in order to forgive? The first step is your desire to be happy, like you actually want to feel joy. Number 2, look at the problem that's stopping you from doing that. Maybe you're holding on to abuse, you're holding on to past memories that don't serve you. And oftentimes it has to do with something in the consciousness that you're holding on to, right? You can't forgive them for whatever reasons you can't forgive. Realize that if you don't let go, you won't reach step 1, which is actually feeling joy and feeling fulfilled and feeling happy. So forgiveness is required. Forgiveness is required if you want to feel genuine happiness. Are you ever stressed? From time to time, but not for too long, because I don't like stress. And that's why my meditating practice is something really critical. Okay, so after you see your problem, you see if you know the problem, see the source of the problem. Where did that problem come from? Right. Okay. Right, like, okay, so you can't forgive your father or something. Why can't you forgive your father? Okay, that happened. Why did your father take that action? Let me tell you, this is the deep part of the conversation now. When somebody does you wrong, so you have, let's say this microphone right here. This is a being. This is somebody who has done you wrong. Somebody who's hurt you, judged you, talk crap about you, abuse you. They are made up of the environment. That this person is negative because of all their life experiences. This person is negative because they're around negative people. They have probably been abused themselves. And so they grounded that negative energy onto you because they have been abusing themselves so much more that if this person had love, they would not have taken that action. So you can't look at the person and say it's only their fault. You have to look at that person and realize that person is made up of their environment, the way they were raised. We're not saying what they did was right. We're saying what they did was wrong. What should you do with the relationship with that person? If they have harmed you and they're not family, divorce them. Right? Just just don't hang out with people who hurt you. But that's the past, right? Forgiveness, like if you know you have forgiveness work to do, it means this is a past situation. And if you're working on something that, right, forgiveness is something that someone's already done. Okay? Right. Okay, what if it's family? That's my favorite part. Most of the time, it is family. That's my favorite part, okay? Yeah, so I'm not gonna read the wall of text yet. Cut them off. No, don't cut them off. Family, it's the same thing. So that's why I use this. Okay, you can't just cut your. Let's say you live with your parents. You can't just cut your parents off. Realize that your parents have been raised by their parents and their environment. And the main part about family is you get to be a spiritual leader of your family. If you got family issues right now, which all of you have, it might not be with your parents, it could be with your uncle or your brother or sister. We all have it. Family is the deepest spiritual work I know beyond my body. Actually, my family created my body. Our family has some of the densest spiritual lessons for us. Before you can work on your family, you have to know yourself first. You need to be the change. Don't be the change for your family. Be the change for yourself first. Be the example for your family. When, like, your family, when you have an awakening and you become positive, your family will judge you instantly, because they're not used to you being all positive, and you will judge yourself because your family judges you. But don't stop just because they judge you. The more you become nice, the more you become loving, the more they start to see, wow, family are here. Let me just say, they're here to teach you patience. People who don't have patience, they have a lot of family issues. What's up, Mystic C? Nice to see you back. Thank you for subscribing. You know, let me just go ahead and tell you that family was one of the hardest things I had to heal, because I was really angry at my mom. She was very negative. She was very toxic. She always compared me to other children. She always wanted me to do what she wanted and didn't let me do what I wanted. And she constantly judged me. She loved me, but the only reason why she was like that is because she simply didn't love herself. And she has been in survival mode most of her life. I'm lighting this thing called white sage. Clearly, I mean, come on, can't you see this is a hippie stream? I know a lot of you are already like freaking out, thinking like, okay, shoot, I gotta be loving when my parents judge me. Holy crap. A lot of you are already thinking, dang, that's gonna be terribly hard. Guys, fulfillment is not an easy path. That's why it's called fulfillment, because it takes effort. Lazy people won't get fulfillment because they want this thing called instant gratification. When you post your selfie and someone gives you a like, that's called instant gratification. When you post a selfie and someone leaves you a comment and you're like, yes, and you move on your day, you're like, you know what, I need an upper. I need to get stimulated. So you look at your Facebook selfie and see, ooh, somebody loved my photo. That's called instant gratification. Right. And so after a while, people stop liking your photo. You start counting, ooh, wow, I got 20 people like my photos. Why don't I? All right. And then you're like, you know what? Let me post another photo because I like getting attention. Instant gratification. You post another photo the same day. But then nobody liked your photo, so you feel really bad. You're like, oh my god, are they judging me? Is the photo bad? So you're in your head now. The giant meditation went well. Right, so you're in your head now, and then you delete your photo because you're insecure. Everybody. Right. So fulfillment, the thing that I'm teaching you here is called fulfillment. Okay? Fulfillment is something that is inconvenient. Fulfillment is called going for your dreams. Fulfillment is not everyone's standard for life, but it could be. And it's amazing. It's life-changing. But most people, they will just take mediocrity because it's the least effort to do. You know what mediocrity do? They just always go with the flow with no plan at all. Just go with the flow, no plan. No plan, go with the flow. I'm gonna just go with the flow. I'm gonna just go with the flow. Wherever the universe, wherever life takes me, I'm gonna go. Even if it's in a terrible place, that's just what life gives me. Alright, the universe has given me crappy friends, but you know what? That's what I have. I have a crappy job. Well, the universe, life gave me a crappy job, so I'll take it. Right? Right. Life gave me a crappy relationship, so you know what? I will take it. Good. At least I have a relationship, so I can get some sex. That's called mediocrity, people. My life sucks, but at least I have Apex. I can play Apex Legends. Yeah. At least I have games to play on Steam. That game, Fortnite, is my favorite game. My life sucks though. Yeah. That's called mediocrity, people. Okay. Let's see. Hello, Mystic Lurpy. Welcome home, everybody. We are having Wisdom Day right now. I'm trying to spread that wokeness out there. Mystic Voss says, yes, I am from Thailand. Born in Bangkok, Thailand. I moved to Houston, Texas from Thailand in 1995. Okay. Mystic Voss says, understanding the other person is helpful for both sides, but the other person has to eventually be open to admitting and fixing their wrongdoings. You know, I want to say that I have had the talk with my mom so many times, and I just kept not giving up. The reason why I can express what I can express to you, because I have been doing this for so long, that my mom is actually a more happier person. So you know what, I want to give her a... She was so close-minded. You know why? Because she grew up being abused. My mom grew up being abused, being used, being a child labor for her family. And I want to say that it took me It took everything that I got to get through to getting her to love herself. And it's become very successful. Okay? Mystic Isabella says, you are the light you were always looking for in a mirror of the outside. It tricks you out to see it's in the outside, but it's actually on the inside of you. What tricks it is your mind judging. Okay. Let's see, Mystic Booker says, I think if you forgive someone, they will eventually process what is going on. Okay, so let me tell you something recent that has happened. At the temple, like I volunteer at a temple, and the temple, inside the temple, there's a cat. This is a new thing. And this lady, she's just scared of cats. She's actually not allergic. Right. I told her, look, this cat is a free spirit. This cat can roam wherever she wants. But then eventually, I didn't know she lied to me until I found out. She said I'm allergic, so we took the cat out. But the incident of me denying taking the cat out of the temple or putting it somewhere where it might not make someone allergic, she held on to that negativity. And the next time I saw her, she didn't want to make eye contact with me. And I'm like, this is not what I signed up for. What the F, right? So eventually, I was in my head a little bit about it because I'm like, wow. You know, people will try to put their stuff on you. But then I realized, you know, what's the best that I can do in this situation? So I just straight up bowed to her. And it cleared everything. Can you believe it? All you do is you say a loving respect. Hi, hey, how are you doing today? Nice to see you. Just simply offering invitation. It heals so much. Right? And we're cool now. We're on the energy. There's no tension now, because some people, they don't know how to forgive. They don't know how to respectfully reconnect. That's our duty, right? Some people, they don't have the tools, so I'm giving you the tools, right? If you have if my desire to be happy is so high that I'm willing to bow to people who may seemingly don't love themselves just so I can be happy. Right? Because my happiness is my number one desire. Now, if you don't desire to be happy enough, guess what? You won't be. And that's what most people. If you don't desire happiness enough, you'll stay in mediocrity. If you don't desire happiness enough, you will not forgive that person. And now oftentimes that person is yourself. If you don't desire to be happy on a high level, you will not forgive yourself for your wrongdoings. You will not forgive yourself, and you will hold on to a bunch of this thing called regrets. You know those people? Have a lot of regrets. Regrets. You know those people? People with a bunch of regrets. And you know, people with a lot of regrets, they just feel bad all the time. They're real negative. They're in their heads because they don't take responsibility for their happiness. That's why they have a lot of regrets. They don't know who they are. They don't love themselves. Because a person who loves themselves will actually look for a way to be happy and feel it. And oftentimes, people who don't love themselves, they look for happiness where? In the strip clubs, in alcohol, in smoking too much cannabis, doing a little bit of yayo, doing a little bit of blow, right? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. They dabble in everything except for giving themselves. They look for sex everywhere. They're real good at manipulating. Real good at manipulating you. They're real good at manipulating to get what they want, and once they get what they want, they're on to the next. Right. We're learning about that right now too at the temple. Manipulators. Stay away from manipulators. If you hang around people who are constantly using you, you need to make the effing exit, okay? Whether they're using you for rides, whether they're using you for money. Okay, Mystic Isabella says, what if you are happy, but you keep crossing manipulators? That means that you're a happy person who happen to be crossing manipulators. If you're happy and you're genuinely happy, you're good. But if you're crossing path with manipulators, your energy may not be happy anymore. What does that mean? You may be learning a lesson of what we call patience. Because people who manipulate you will teach you patience and boundaries. Learn to say no to these manipulative people. Hey, can you give me a ride? Can you give me a ride? Can I borrow 20 bucks? Can I borrow 20 bucks? I'll give it back, but then they don't. Learn to say no. Hey, you wanna hang out? You wanna hang out? You wanna hang out? No, I don't love myself. You wanna hang out? Oh, wait, did I say that out loud? Do you wanna hang out? Do you wanna hang out? You wanna hang out? And when they hang out, they don't really want to hang out. They want your sex. They want your body. Right. Right. Or maybe you hang out with people who are manipulating you so that they can have a friend. Hey man, you wanna hang out with me? I bought some new cannabis. I bought some dro. I got that stinky green dank stuff. You wanna come over and play Mario Kart and smoke some weed? Right. You gotta watch that stuff. You gotta watch that stuff. Okay. Because sometimes manipulative people can be loving. But they're manipulative because they don't love themselves. Oh, God. And that person can be you. So if you're hurt right now, if you feel like if you feel uncomfortable, it's okay that you're a manipulator. Do your work. Love your damn self so that you don't need to manipulate anything. Because when you love yourself, you ain't need to do much. Right? When you love yourself, you feel good. You do what you love. But when you don't love yourself, you'll look, like Mystic Isabella says, they look for love in the outside because they don't realize they can look for love and feel it on the inside. So they need somebody to say, I love you, babe. I love you, babe. I love you, babe, boo, babe, boo. Babe, boo, babe, boo. Mystic Static says, Cosmic. I'm a GM of a restaurant and my life has become nothing but people needing me and using me to run the business. Is it Cheesecake Factory? I used to work there. But dealing with people's bull, as I've said before, no one to really vent to, so it's easy. So it eats away at me. Because you're playing a regular role, Mystic Static Haze. You say, I am a GM of a restaurant. You need to change that up. I am a authentic, genuine, loving GM of a restaurant. And the people need me and they love me. And I love them. I change people's lives beyond the restaurant and business. They don't give me BS as much because they realize I really care about them, so they take responsibility. You gotta change that story up. Don't just be a GM. That's called a job. Turn your job into something inspiring. Right. Okay. And be committed to that duty. You're a leader there. But you're a leader, but you need to add a lot more love. Have a quote that you go by. Remember to follow your bliss and follow what feels good. Because when we follow what feels good, our guest feels good. But when we treat your guests like they're your family, because how would you want to treat your family? Treat them that way. Your life will be a lot easier. Bam. You know what? I got Employee of the Month twice. Okay? I know this stuff. I was a trainer. But you know, I left that life. I was... Oh, thank you, Mystic Valors, for gifting Mystic Static Case. I just saw that. Right. You have to find your duty. Don't just be a GM. Be a life-changing GM. So when you're at work, you're not just working, you want to make a difference. Because you're working with people who have families, who have children. You can change the world at your establishment. Okay? You can change the world with the restaurant. You guys gotta come up with a plan. Alright. You gotta be accountable for love. You gotta be accountable for the energy. You gotta reduce the gossip. You gotta have people, right? Mystic, okay. Mr. Collar John says, does that mean you can't work with people? Isn't life one big system of individual and external play? Do we want to answer? Let me ask my brothers and sisters. Would we like to go this direction? Because a lot of us, we know the answer to this one already. A lot of us, we have our third eye open. If your third eye is open, this one you understand, right? He asks, does that mean you can't work with people? Isn't life one big system of individual and external play? Do you mean internal and or individual and internal and external play? Is that what you mean? Right. And if you're new to the stream, welcome to Cosmic Unwind. I am your brother, Mystic Tenet. Welcome to Wisdom Day. We usually do card readings, and maybe we will do one card reading. But I don't feel like it. So instead, I'll just light some Palo Santo. What's a better question here? What would the world be like with no people? Let me just go ahead and tell you in your face what's up. We're not here to be alone. We humans, we're a tribe. We are a tribe that's connected through love. We are a tribe, but now that tribe energy has changed, right? Humanity, we're here to serve each other, but we have caught up in survival that we forget. We forget our core values. Let's see. No, I think Static is good. I think he knows what he's doing. You can be a boss, you can be a GM, but you can also be a really loving boss who people respect. What if someone doesn't make you feel good? Then stop hanging out with them. Show your boundaries. If you have to see someone that doesn't make you feel good, don't hang out with them too much. You can be in the same room. You can still love people from a distance. Remember that. You can still love people from a distance. You have to understand why they're like that. Like bullies. Bullies or people who don't have wisdom. They're just gonna be in their heads. A lot of people are in their heads. People in their heads don't make me feel good. In Mystic Static, I would look for a blueprint. Right? Who's a role model that you could embody? And I would suggest looking for a role model that's actually happy. Okay, I was gonna say Steve Jobs, but he was often unhappy. He was successful. He was innovative. He was a visionary. But happiness? I don't know. He was quite stressed. Right? There you go. You know that you gotta find a new role model. Alright. Look for people who are inspirational and model yourself after that. And then become your own self. You just gotta find your inspiration. I mean, I have role models. Bob Marley, Master Cauchin, the Buddha, my grandmother. I got Gandhi, Oprah Winfrey. I got Martin Luther King. I got all these. Kuan Yin. And they all are just compassionate world changers. Right? Master Thich Nhat Hanh. Like all these people, they're just role models of what's possible and how powerful a being can be. So when you see me speak, I study people. I study people's energy. And I constantly do it. So that's why I don't hang around a lot of negative people. Because then I'll start studying people's negativity too much. And I am highly sensitive. Well, I'm here to be my best to help you. Because that's my duty. So if you're inspired, do your work. And I'm glad that I can help you. And that's why I show up. So that you can do your work. So that you can be a loving leader. And if you're here and you like what I'm saying, here's the thing. I talk really straightforward because I'm talking to real leaders. I'm not talking to people who are lazy. I'm talking to people. If you're in here and you like what I'm saying, it means you have some passion. You got some fire in your heart. You want to do something with your life. Because most people, when they hear wisdom and truth, they're like, nah. They're like, nah. Like, nah, this too much, man. Why are you so serious? Like, nah. It's clear that I'm here to help leaders lead with compassion. Super clear. I'm here to help healers heal with compassion. Super clear. Yeah, it's hard to admit you're not doing something. And I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree. But when you get used to doing it enough, you become sharp. When you become more efficient. When you keep admitting that you're not doing the work and eventually do the work, you won't have to waste as much. Maybe in the beginning it took you 3 years to get to a certain state of consciousness. But then after a while you catch yourself within 2 months. And after a while it takes you a week to recognize your pattern. But now after 6 to 7 years, you are flying because you start to see, you start to call your own BS. You start to see when you're jealous. You start to see when you're in your head, and you're surrounded by people who do the work. In the beginning, you're going to be hanging out with your old friends, the one that's still asking you to smoke weed, right? The one that is still asking you to go hang out, to go drink alcohol with them when you don't actually care. When you actually, you want to change your life, but you hang around mediocre and toxic people. Mystic Valor says, Tanet helped me become a better, loving leader. From my experience, my team is so much more productive and happy. So I lead a small team of 4 people. Yeah, it's clear to me I'm here to help leaders and people who desire to change the world, light workers. And I'm here to do my best. And I live my life to do this. But I think it's time to clear some energy a little bit, but with singing bowls. Here we go. Breathing in and out. Mentally say this. Breathing in, I know that I am breathing in. And do that. And breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. Relaxing your body. Last time. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. Mystic Valor says the thing is, the manager needs to be balanced. then the team will be more happy naturally. At least I feel that. Mystic Static says, I agree. I've noticed my personal life / unhappiness bleeding into work, even though I try to keep it separate. Yes. You know, when you're a leader, there's gonna be people who really, really respect you. And you want those people around, because people who really respect you will radiate your energy naturally because they respect you. Now, there's going to be a lot of closed-minded people who don't respect you. There's going to be a lot of people who say they respect you, but when it comes time to, they don't do it. To assemble a team of powerful beings, it takes time. Right? Before the Power Rangers became the team of Power Rangers, it probably took some time to find them, okay? Slowly assemble them and divorce and dismiss the ones that are low vibration, okay? Right. So you got a team of 17. All you need is one, you first. Alright, so from one, all you need is find another one. And then you focus on that one. And from the other one, you find another one. You keep upgrading your team. Because the thing is, if you keep mediocre people who don't do the work on, you continue to teach them how to be mediocre. But when you dismiss them, you teach them to be stronger. Right? And it's because you actually care about them that you let people go. And you tell them, hey, look, we love you, but you're just a little, we just see you standing around all day and you're lazy. It's not personal, but your actions led you to part ways with the company. The end. Because after a while, when people don't do the work, you gotta give them the real talk. You gotta give them the real talk. Mr. Collar John says, I tend to feel poorly sometimes about my people around, but I think also sometimes it's just me being not being enough. Mystic Static Hay says, that's another place I struggle is tough conversations. I used to have problems with tough conversations, but I realize if I don't do it, I will never find fulfillment. I will be around a bunch of mediocre people. If you don't do your work, how can you have fulfillment? And if you give people too many chances, you extend their poor. That's what Master Cauchin says. You extend their ignorance. You extend mediocrity. And guess who absorbs it? You, my friend. It's an option that you have because you're put in a place of leadership. But now you're responsible for the quality of your team and the quality of your life and the quality of the company. And learning to say no has been one of the most powerful. Learning to say no and have what people call confrontational. Realize this. You have confrontational talk because you care about them. Maybe you have to let somebody go, but you do that because you love them. I notice that you're lazy and you're late every day at work. I have to let you go because if I hold on to somebody who's late and showing up every day at work late, they will continue being late forever. And that if I fire them, they might actually learn the lesson. Have a good day, Mystic Valors. Thanks for coming by and hanging out. So from regular general manager, you're becoming a mystical GM. So let's give Mystic Static Haze a little. Mystical GM. Not just regular, okay? Don't be regular. Who wants that stuff, okay? Don't have regular stuff. Have mystical. Sprinkle a lot of love into everything. Love, 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 love. Okay? Like, I'm for real. Again, when I was working as a server, I didn't see myself as a regular server. I was seeing, how can I change people's lives? The life-changing waiter. Right? And so you know what would be my quote? I was really inspired by Joseph Campbell because I learned this quote from The Secret, the movie. Follow your bliss. So every day at work, I was like, follow your bliss. Hey, remember, follow your bliss. And when people are complaining, I would go up to them, hey, look. Are you following your bliss right now? It don't look like it. If you ain't following your bliss, that's why you sad right now. Bam. And guess what? By the end of the year, they started, you know what my nickname was? Bliss. They just straight up called me Bliss. Okay? Okay? And guess what? At the end of the year, everyone was using the quote that I was using. Hey, follow your bliss. But I stuck to it. I was passionate. I was on fire. And I spoke it like I mean it. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. But now if you say follow your bliss and you start like being real negative and in your head, you BSing. Right. Like, follow your bliss. You guys suck today, okay? You dropped that. Or you effed up. It's okay, you did your best. Just learn from it and become better. I don't take this seriously. We all mess up. Because when you do things with love, people will give back even more. But you gotta do it with genuine love. Right? Cause I walk it like I talk it. Do things with love, people. You gotta re-engineer, redesign your ego. Sit down one day, restructure yourself. If I was the best that I could be, how would I be? Ooh, this is the fun part. This is called the creation process. Michael Beckwith calls it life visioning process, or called visualization. Like, what's the best case scenario that you can be as a GM? Have fun with this, right? And I would say start with the energy, right? The company and the workers respect me for who I am, and they respect my wisdom. They see me as a father, they see me as a loving friend, rather than a serious GM trying to get the most productivity in. Yucky. Okay? Like, you gotta just visualize what's the best case scenario. Start with the emotion that when you walk in, people, alright, Mystic Booger says, thanks. We're talking about forgiveness. That topic was a major focus on my work this weekend, and you helped me clarify some things. And thank you for asking that question, because you probably help a ton of people, by the way, Mystic Booger. So shout out to Mystic Booger for doing his work. And when you do your work, we all learn. And you ain't doing the work, do the effing work. Love your damn self, okay? Mystic Static says, yeah, because they don't care about productivity. You have to see beyond productivity too. Okay? You have to see that love will bring more productivity than you ever think. Right? You have to learn to add love into every formula. Actually, it's like the base for every formula. Okay? How can I be a more loving GM? First of all, I know if you know that you're really serious, how can you be more light? Simply changing the way you dress, changing your ego, how your hair looks, the way you dress. Don't dress like a effing GM, like a traditional GM. Right? Do something, right? Something more modern, something a little bit more fun. Because if you look like fun and you feel like fun, everyone's gonna have fun. But you look serious and you think serious and you play a serious part, everyone's gonna be serious. Oh, here comes the GM. Put your phones up, put your phones up. Put your phones up, here comes the GM. Okay, he's gone. Okay, everybody back to regular schedule. Do you want that kind of stuff happening? Just set rules. Hey, if you want to use your phone, use it outside. Okay? I love you, but this is the rule. And you have to enforce one rule at a time. And if the people keep doing it, you have to help them exit. You have to give them, you have to show, you have to enforce boundaries. Well, if you don't listen, then you're gonna get crappy sections. You're just gonna do food running or whatever it is that's a consequence. You're just gonna get less hours since you play on your phone a lot. Because you're not here. If you're here to work, you won't be on your phone so much. And this is just because this is how it works around here. Because we want teamwork. I feel like part of being a leader is realizing that if we work as a team, we all win. But now if we don't work as a team, we're all in our heads separated and we're just busy. One of the things that I missed the most about working at the Cheesecake Factory where I was really freaking good at teamworking. I love teamworking. Even if I didn't get paid that much that day, I would still teamwork because it was humanity working together. Like, I would clean other people's tables, I would help them refill. Like, that's just part of what they teach. But to actually execute that requires a team of powerful leaders. And honestly, I had a really good general manager. I had a really good, and so, yeah. So I'm honored. I listen, I take people seriously, and do things with love. right? If my general manager in the past can be spoke about now, that means he made a huge impact on my life, and he rewarded me, right? He let me train people, so that means you have that same power. He was serious, but he was loving at the same time, because he would still have silly conversations about certain things, right? He would have casual conversations about things. He wasn't all about work, right? Right. Like maybe he would talk about anime, or he would talk about like things that his hobbies. You know, he would talk about, hey, talk about have really strong boundaries, but also surprise them with your humanity. Like, surprise them with your humanity, but also know what not to tell them. You know what I mean? Yes, get personal, but don't share everything that will make you unhappy. Here we go. Mystic Philip reporting back from his human duties. My car was broken into this weekend. I'm tempted to think violent thoughts about retaliating against them. I remember a conversation a while ago about retaliation and revenge, and how it just introduces more hate into the world and doesn't solve any of my problems. Instead, I'm going to be thankful I still have a car that runs, and hope that things they stole benefit them more than they have benefited me. I am proud of you, Mystic Philippone. I'm gonna give you a VIP, okay? I don't even know if you have space for VIPs, but we're gonna make some space for you. Okay. Now, when you actually end the violent thoughts, then I may mod you. Okay? I'm not telling you to be perfect, I'm telling you to keep going. Thank you, Mystic Booger. I appreciate you gifting 5 subs to all our brothers and sisters here. Mystic Philippone. And thank you for being supportive on this stream. This is my job, and something interesting is happening to the stream, right? And again, thank you to Mystic Booger. What do you think about Wisdom Monday so far? Hello, Mystic Poo Poo. Mystic Poo Poo says to Mystic Booger, ขอบคุณสำหรับของขวัญเป็นสมาชิกพายสมาชิกพายขอบคุณค่ะ Boo Boo speaking Thai. Boo Boo saying thank you for your for the gift of the subscription. Boo Boo. We got a little flirting going on in the stream. What's the message? Love. So it's Poo Poo. That's your boyfriend? For real though? เป็นแฟนจริงหรือเปล่า? I gotta hear from her. I can't. Alright, it's gotta be two-way, okay? Limit เป็นแฟนจริงหรือเปล่า? She says you liar. She says ไม่ใช่ค่ะ Should we time out Mystic Limit 77 for lying? Should we time out him for lying? No, time out doesn't mean that I hate him. We time out because we have to show our boundaries. Right? We show our boundaries a little bit. We gotta practice what we preach. Like, hey, yeah, I know you're jokingly lying, but it's still lying and it's not healthy for the consciousness. But I'm doing this because I love you. You know what I'm saying? It's just a small timeout. Well, thank you. ปูเข้าใจหรือเปล่าภาษาอังกฤษเนี่ยที่เราคุยกันเกี่ยวกับเรื่อง forgiveness or should I say น้องปู I feel kind of weird using like let's see. Basically, Poo speaks Thai, so she doesn't understand a lot of what we're saying on here. But you know, that's okay. พี่ธเนศชื่อเล่นชื่ออะไรพี่ก๊อฟครับ But it is 2 a.m. where I'm at, and I'm feeling I need to make an exit right now because I need to love my body and my mind. And the reason I'm up because I did drink one small pot of black tea. Hello, Mr. Cassie. I want to do some card reading before I leave. I want to talk about love. จะคุยเกี่ยวกับเรื่องความรักนิดหนึ่งความรัก Let's calm our energy, okay? So Mystic Limit 77, where did you learn Thai from? รอชัดมากค่ะรอเรือ พยายามฝึกไว้ครับเพราะว่าเดี๋ยวจะกลับไปเมืองไทยไปบวชแล้วเนี่ยเดือนหน้าเนี่ย
She said, Mystic Booger says, my uncle slash cousin is Thai. I've never heard the Thai language though. You're hearing it now. She says, อยู่ที่บางนาครับที่จะไปวัดเพราะว่าเหมือนบวชที่อเมริกาแต่ไปห่มผ้าเหลืองบนเครื่องบินแล้วก็จะไปเมืองไทยแล้วก็อยู่ที่บางนาชื่อวัดผ่องพลอยเพราะว่าเหมือนแบบพระที่วัดผ่องพลอยเขาบิณฑบาตไปที่บ้านแล้วก็ญาติเขาอยากให้ไปบิณฑบาตที่บ้านก็เลยต้องทำแต่เวลาเสร็จงานเวลาอาทิตย์หนึ่งบิณฑบาตแล้วเวลาบิณฑบาตเสร็จอยู่เมืองไทยประมาณ5 อาทิตย์ครับ I'm telling her about how I'm gonna be a monk in Thailand that I'm gonna be a monk for I'm gonna be in Thailand for 5 weeks so I won't be on the stream for a little bit while and this is just my duty. I grew up in a Buddhist family and I have evolved into so much. Let's just call it love that keeps growing. Yeah, so if I'm not here for about 5 weeks, don't worry. You gotta keep doing your work, okay? And if you want card readings, go to Mystic Lady Luna Star stream, okay? She does that stuff. And she does paintings. So shout out to Mystic Lady Luna Star. And I just heard news from Mystic Forest Fairy. Pasik PNW Forest Fairy. This is on Insight Timer. He said, oh my. แล้วตอนที่แต่เวลาอยู่เมืองไทยเนี่ยเราจะทำเกี่ยวกับพระพุทธศาสนาส่วนมากครับไปศึกษาจะไปนักไป I forgot ว่าจะไปไหนจะไปศึกษาธรรมะในภูเขากับอาจารย์ยันตระแต่เขาอาจารย์ยันตระที่ห่มผ้าเขียวอยู่ตอนนี้เพราะว่ามีคนเขาบอกว่าอาจารย์เขาสอนดี Before I go, I want to talk a little bit about love.ก่อนที่จะไปคุยเกี่ยวกับเรื่องคุณเมาคุณเปาดีมากค่ะอยากไปด้วยอยากไปบวชบ้างค่ะเคยไป3 วันกินข้าววันละมื้อHey, let's be nice here. Don't call her Buffalo. But we're gonna talk about love. I know we're trying to connect with her, but calling somebody Buffalo doesn't help. That's not the nicest thing to say. ขอโทษที่เขาพวกนี้เขาไม่รู้จะคุยกับปูยังไงเขาอาจจะเขาเรียกว่าอะไรนะจะเรียกว่าบ้องนิดหนึ่งมันไม่รู้จะคุยยังไง Let's see what the cosmos today. How about this? Let's read somebody's love story in the stream. Let's read somebody's relationship story in the stream. A relationship with a partner. What do you think about that? And if it resonates with you, you tell me. Okay? Here we go. Let me clear a little energy. Let's see what the love story is about today. It says here, I see a girl who's jolly and happy. I see a girl who's really what they call social butterfly. I see a girl who's really outgoing. I see a girl who's really outgoing because that's her way of getting attention. Show me more. I see a guy who's interested, this girl is in a relationship with this guy. This guy is somebody who's in his head and all about money. Money and getting sex. Right? And they both are looking for something outside of themselves to be happy. They're both in their heads and they say they're not in their heads. And these people are actually boyfriend and girlfriend. One thinks that financial security is the ultimate happiness. And the other one just wants romance, but she never gets it because she actually doesn't love herself. Show me a little bit more. They often argue. They often disagree. But the only time they truly get along is after they have sex. It's called make-up sex. They argue and then they have make-up sex. Instead of talking about how to make their life better, they just have make-up sex to numb the work they're not doing. Show me a little. Hello, Mr. Casillo Queen. Welcome. Show me a little bit more. It says here, what happened from there? But it says here, one of the guys stumbled upon this stream because he's in a relationship, but he's actually not genuinely happy. And that in this stream, he finds this teacher who makes him feel real good, really good. He makes him feel so good that it makes him want to be single, but he realizes he's still in a relationship. And that the girl that he's with actually doesn't love herself. And he actually is learning to love himself. And his mind is kind of open right now from all of the wisdom. Show me a little bit more. It says here, opening the mind is a new process that the guy is going through. Because this guy, his mind was closed. Everything was about success, and that success was financial security, getting the job, getting the girl. But it didn't feel good. And that he's opening his mind and opening his heart towards love. And he's just starting out. And it's exciting, but the girl is still there. Show us a little bit more. The girl is there, and it's like, why am I still in this relationship? Because this girl is actually teaching him a lot of patience. This girl is teaching him to master patience. This girl is actually helping him to master himself. Because it would be really easy to just do the work on his own, but he has baggage. A girl who really needs his attention because she doesn't love herself. And he thought he needed her, but what he needed was his damn self, and he's working on it. And that her neediness of him and her codependency of him is really testing his patience. And he's failing at it. Not all the time. 70% of the time he's
successful, 30% he's impatient. And that's a really good ratio for him. And what happened from there? He's learning to ground his energy. He's learning to be less in his head from this stream. Learning to learn about meditation. Learning about peace. Learning about this thing called spirituality. Learning to breathe. Learning to open the mind. Learning to make love and not just have sex. Learning to love himself and not need anything outside but still be in this relationship. Learning what it is to feel love and not think about love. Learning that there's so much more to life than just money. Learning that anger doesn't have to be a choice. Learning to stay grounded. Learning that you don't have to be hot-headed. Learning that you can have fun doing the work. And that there are other people doing the work too. So welcome to Cosmic Unwind. Hello, Mystic Tygo. Long time no see. Nice to see you again. Mystic Isabella, if anyone resonates with that story, let me know. If you don't, it's all good. Mystic Isabella says, I lost my ex because I did not love myself. Sounds like a blessing. Because you found out to love yourself. Mystic Limit says, resonated with me a bit. There's a lot of people who may be lost right now. Currently in the stream right now. Many people who simply don't have a direction in life. The message that I'm called to tell you right now, but you simply weren't using your compass. You simply weren't using your spiritual GPS. You simply didn't even know you had a GPS system. What did I learn from this experience? Don't quit too quickly because maybe there's a lesson there for you. Because if something is painful and you quit quickly, you might not learn. But sometimes you do learn. Use your compass. If your heart says don't be a doctor, find out what your heart wants you to do. Okay, it's artistic. And the only way to use this compass is to trust your damn self. Trust your damn self. What are you waiting for? When you don't trust yourself, you need to do whatever it takes for you to trust yourself. Which means stop being afraid of failing. The fear of failing
really limits your energy. And you still fail, even if you're scared of failing. So instead of being scared of failing, trust in your decisions and trust that everything's gonna be fine. Mystic Red Shadow says, "Man, you have such a calming voice, thank you." Mystic Isabella says, "Being in this stream is painful." That's what I'm here for. I give you the truth so that you can do the work. And because this stream we have a focus. We want to do the work. But then we'd also do the card readings. We give the truth. Because I don't run away from potential pain, it's room for growth inside my heart. Yes, and if you know how to do the work, then you're doing amazing work. But now it's my duty Yes, yeah, you're welcome to watch the video on demand. And I don't even, to be honest, I'm not even speaking. The universe is speaking. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. I never stop my growth. You know, when you don't see me for a while, my energy evolves quickly because I'm here to do the work. Right? It's something that is clear to me. I love doing the work, so I'm constantly moving forward rapidly. Why? Because I want you to do. I have to do the work too. I can't tell you to do the work and me not do anything. That's why the stream has evolved. I mean, look at the lighting on the stream nowadays, okay? We're doing the work up in here, okay? Look at the lighting. Mystic Isabella says, I had this anger towards my ex for so long, and now I admit that I have responsibility. Hell yeah. Right. When you look at the, you have to do your work and take responsibility, because if you don't take responsibility, I can't do the work for you. I can only guide you the best that I can, but you got to do the work of forgiveness yourself because it comes from your own heart. I can't forgive somebody else for you. It doesn't work that way. I can't feel fulfillment for you. I can only do that for myself. But now if I see you're feeling pain and you're miserable, you just don't have the wisdom. And I'm here to give you the wisdom so that it's hard to do the work when you are in your head and you're miserable. Because if you try to heal something feeling miserable, guess what? It becomes more miserable because you're in your head trying to heal, because misery is something that's created in the mind. And love and forgiveness is now. And happiness is now. Misery is also now. But if you keep focusing on it, you actually don't want to be happy. Mystic Isabella says, what if someone abused you? Do I have responsibility? Absolutely. They abuse you one time in the past. They may abuse you many times in the past. You have chosen to carry the negativity of that situation because you think it makes your life better. Because you weren't desiring to make your life better. Because you weren't desiring to take responsibility. Your desire was to be a victim of the situation. And the victim is looking to heal. But if you always stay a victim, when does the victim heal? When the victim takes responsibility of the suffering they have chosen to hold on to. No matter what happened to you, it's possible to be happy. It's possible to forgive. Thank you, Mystic Flatbread. Flatbrad. Thank you for joining us and subscribing. Mystic Tygo says, to be honest, I have not been doing the work. I know doing the work makes me feel great, but for some reason I have not been taking responsibility. I'll start again today. I need to heal myself. And this season is making people do the work. You know why? Because all that BS energy is about to start. Halloween is coming, that BS holiday. And then you get into this festive mood called Thanksgiving, where everybody looks happy but feel really disconnected, and is overeating and over-consuming, and a lot of alcohol is being drunk. And then we hit this thing called Christmas. Christmas is a month-long celebration where everywhere you go you hear the same music that sounds like love, but it's really false love. Dashing is like people feeling depressed, and you hear dashing through the snow, and they're feeling what the frick my life is so miserable. Na 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 na. I am terrible. So all these things says you're supposed to be happy, but you ain't happy. That season's coming up. I spend all my money buying presents. Now I'm really broke. Like, whoa, dang. I used to believe in Santa Claus, now I really don't. We have programmed lies into our children. We lie to kids about Santa, and then they get their hearts torn. The perfect thing to close somebody's heart and mind, a lie, a spiritual lie, because they created Santa Claus from your suggestion, right? And again, Christmas can be an amazing time. Buying gifts and sharing gifts can be an amazing time. But what I'm saying is that make sure let's feel something. Let's feel genuine love. Let's not feel surface level love anymore. Right? Let's not just buy stuff, but connect on a heart level. Connect on if you buy something for somebody, buy a meaningful, intimate gift. Something well thought out. Like, okay, I got 5 days left to buy the present. Do your work. If you ain't got money, you can show up with a hug, people. And I don't even believe, I like buying gifts, but it's not necessary. It's about love. So, maybe this holiday season, plan to love and less gifts. Like, dang, shoot, but I'm attached to gifts. Oh, that's why you ain't happy. You're attached to things. Just giving you the real talk. Mystic Akita says, is the concept of free will fundamental to your belief? Because I cannot possibly believe in free will when I have countless times decided, quote, to do important things but then don't actually do them. So whatever choices I make in my head don't apply to the real world. Or even my limbs' motion. For example, I never went over and knocked on the door of that female even though I wanted and decided to. You can have free will to think, but you don't have to take the action. Right. You can have free will to think whatever you want, but know that some of the free will has consequences. And some of the free will also has consequences that are rewarding. Okay? But now free will is a concept. But when will you take action on your belief? That's up to you. That's your free will to take action. You don't have to do a single thing. You can think freely, but not do anything. It's like, I really want that. But you never have the courage to take action. Because here's the thing, let me give you some wisdom a little bit here. Sometimes you think you want something, but you don't really need it. Sometimes you think you really want to knock on that female's door, but you need to knock on your own heart and open it. You know what I'm saying? Love your damn self. You know what I'm saying? That's real free will, right? But what's real free will? What's real free will is what you choose for it to be. I'm just here to simply guide you. That's all. I do my best to guide you so that you can maintain happiness, so that you can enjoy fulfillment, so that you can be the best that you can be, while I do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. For some of us, we have a free will to think negative things of revenge, but we don't have to take action because we love ourselves. It was Mystic Philippone. He has free will to think. He says, my car was broken into this weekend. He has a free will to says, I'm tempted to think violent thoughts. I remember our conversation from a while ago, retaliation and revenge, how it just introduces hate. He has free will to hate, but he chooses not to. So instead of choosing his free will to hate, he realized it doesn't make him happy. Now he takes action on choosing the free will to be thankful that he has a car that runs. And to think that the things that the people stole may benefit them. Now that is love, people. That is love. Right. If you're gonna use free will, use it to make you feel happy. Don't use free... Here's the thing, people, when you have free will, you can misuse it. The free will to think the heck out of everything. Alright, you're walking down the street, somebody mean mug you real quick, you think, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, and then you went to remember that one time that guy mean mug you, and then he tried to steal something from you, shoot, and then remember that time that your mom told you that somebody mean mug her, and then you get on your phone, and then it's a coincidence, oh shoot, somebody really got mugged on Facebook, and then don't... That's free will, but it's not using free will to make your life better. It's free will to overthink and make your life more miserable. It's okay to think. But does it bring you joy? Is what you're thinking about bringing you joy? Is what you're thinking about leading to something that will make you better? Or are you just thinking the heck out of a thing like aliens? Aliens. Huh. The pyramids. The megalithic sites. Yeah, ancient aliens. The Sumerian texts. Illuminati. Ooh. Oh yeah. The Illuminati. Oh yeah, that triangle. The all-seeing eye. Ooh. They're everywhere. That's free will, but if you think too much about the Illuminati, you get freaked out. Right? You get freaked out. So be aware of how you use your free will. Is the free will that you're using bringing you joy or suffering? You have free will to go to the strip club, but by the time you come out, you may be broke. Okay? You may be broke, high, and you might have gotten kicked out of the strip club. Okay? Right? You have free will to do whatever you want, but there's gonna be consequences if you're not aware of what might happen, right? Just remember, whatever you put out will come back to you. If you hate, hate will come back. Right? If you love yourself, you'll meet other people who love themselves. If you don't love yourself, guess who you'll meet? Other people who don't love them damn self. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you're really in your head and judgmental, guess who you're gonna meet? Really in your heads and judgmental. Right? So if you want more loving people in your life, what do you have to do? Love yo damn. Can you believe that that's the freaking solution to almost everything? Love your damn self, love your damn self, love your damn self. Why is that the motto? Because it actually works, people. You become a walking ball of love. And people are like, ooh, he's sexy. Ooh, he's sexy. Ooh, he look like he got wisdom. Wow, what's this something? Oh, she's sexy. Ooh. Ooh. Everyone is here to teach you something. The people that try to control you, it's because they see that you're free. That's what pisses them off. The people try to tell you what to do, they see that you're free. Or, if they truly love you, it's because maybe you're off track. Your parents, but they don't know how to say it. Why? Because they don't speak through their action, they're using too much talking. Action speaks louder than words. Period. Okay. People who will try to control you see that you're free, or they judge you for your freedom. Right. So stop hanging around people who judge people all day. It's okay to judge people, but make an understanding, learn from people. Right. Learn from people. Everyone is here to teach you something. And you're all here to teach me something. That there's some woke people in here. And this is the end of the stream. It's 2:38. God. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me. What do you think about the stream today? I'm dropping wisdom left to right today. We going deep. Okay. We going deep. And I got on quite late today. So thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for all the subscription today. Shout out to Mystic Booger subbing 5 subs. Subs. Mystic Flatbread, thank you so much. And if we want to get into psychedelics, that will be next time, because a lot of people didn't want to talk about that today. So I like giving the option. Thank you to Mystic C for the resub, and Mystic Valor for gifting to Mystic Static Haze. And thank you to all the followers today, and thank you for doing the work. And remember, yes, Mystic Poo Poo says, have a good dream, pick up, and I say, have good night, Nong Poo Poo. And Mystic Static Haze says, Thank you for the stream. And remember, do your work, and I will help you with the rest. Stay on track, stay focused on being the best loving person you can be. And remember, focus on love in the moment. Be love, think love, feel love. And remember your compass. This is your guidance system, your heart. And I hope you have a wonderful night and a wonderful life.